Hello everyone, this is Captain Kyle from Michigan Medieval. So I've recently been asked the same question from a few different students and a few different people in the comment sections. I thought I would just make one video that kind of summed it up, hopefully quickly. The question is, what counts as Scottish broadsword source material? Does such and such treatise count as a Scottish broadsword text? And the answer to this question, it needs to be more complex than just a yes or no answer. The first obvious thing to point out is that by modern standards that we hold things as being, oh, this is obviously Scottish because it's tartan, or this is obviously Scottish because there's a bagpipe in the background. Like, those standards, they don't really work in the 18th century. And the example I often give is that, like, when we're working with our Fiore dei Liberi texts, like, he was part of the Holy Roman Empire, even though he's culturally and linguistically Italian. In his lifetime, Italy was about 25 different countries. And so the same standards we use today, kind of like post-Italian unification standards to decide what's Italian or not, doesn't really work in his time, you know, in the 14th into the early 15th century. And so our standards for Scottishness in the 18th century are going to be very different. The other big reason for this is the obviously thing to point out to anybody who studies Scottish history in this time period, is the prescriptions, the Acts of Prescriptions, the Dress Act, the things that kind of like the iconic Scottish things that we use today to identify this culture were criminal. They were literally criminalized. And so after 1746, you're not going to find a lot of references to people publicly doing a lot of stuff that involved the kind of obvious Scottish cultural touchstone things that we might use as a yardstick to measure Scottishness today. And so, like, you know, when we're using this kind of logic to the source material, you're going to be confused. You're not going to understand why there's different pieces missing from what you're trying to look up. And so, like, I'm going to make a few videos on specific maestros, kind of trying to deduce whether they're Scottish enough for you or not, and why the idea of this is kind of like maybe not what you think. Hopefully this will make sense when the videos come out. So for now, put your comments in, get your questions in before I start making them. I'll hopefully be able to answer your questions. Thanks for watching.